Welcome, everyone, to Sheldon Hastings Presents Fun with Fill in the Blank.
Cut! Sheldon, stop being so literal.
I'm a very literal guy, Amy.
I know, but you have to loosen up a bit and ad-lib it a bit. Take two, and action.
You loosen up. Okay, take two. Welcome, everyone, for the first of many episodes of Sheldon Hastings Presents Fun with ACATs, a webcast feature of Panoramics. How am I doing now?
Much better. Keep going.
You can edit all that out, right?
Of course.
Okay, good. Amy, fun fact. Did you know that ACATs stands for Automated Client Account Transfer System? And it's the system that automates and standardizes the procedures for facilitating the transfer of assets from one client account to another.
I'm learning something already, Sheldon.
And so you should be. ACATs, why are you dressed as Rosie the Riveter?
Because you said to adopt a persona, and Rosie is my favorite historical figure.
But she's not even real, and she has nothing to do with the financial industry.
You're dressed in a Flash t-shirt?
Okay. Moving on then. Did you know that ACATs also has an interface between the NSCC FundServe that facilitates the transfer of mutual funds between two broker-dealers or a broker-dealer and a fund company?
Really? Tell me more.
Oh, I could go on for hours, but this would take us off topic for what we really want to talk about today.
Which is?
What do you mean, which is? We talked about this. We have a script for it and everything, which you're apparently not following.
Of course we did. You're being too literal again, Sheldon.
All right. Right. We can edit up. We're going to edit that out too, right? Okay. Well, then, with an ACATs transaction in Panoramics, there are both ACATs in and ACATs out. On the inside, well, not actually on the inside. What I mean is on the in transaction. That's the credit to the client's account.
I think they get it, Sheldon.
Right. Of course they do. Anyway, with the inside, there's a start date for the transaction, but that's not necessarily the settle date or the transaction date. It can take a few days for the ACAT transaction to settle. We call that period of time the ACAT land. That's some black hole-like place where accounts go and hide for 5 days or so while they transfer from one custodian to another.
The theoretical physicist talks about black holes.
I'm an intradisciplinarian, and what that means is that I know everything. Anyway, let's say that during the time that it's in ACAT land, a holding actually pays a dividend. The custodian physically receives...
Physically? Seriously, Sheldon, you?
Physically receives the dividend because they are now the system of record before the money actually gets or arrives via ACAT. This isn't necessarily a horrible deal, well, until it is.
Do tell.
What do you think I'm doing? I'm trying to tell the good people of podcast land where things can go horribly, horribly wrong if you'll just let me. Okay, thank you. Since we are also accustomed now, apparently, and comfortable with play acting, let's pretend something. Let's just pretend that on September 29th, there's an ACAT transaction initiated someplace else. Your new account becomes the system of record. A holding pays a dividend on September 30th, and it posts to Panoramics in the overnight run. The ACAT doesn't physically
again,
settle until the following Monday, October 4th. Lots to consider here.
Mind reels.
I thought you zipped your lips.
Sorry.
All right. First, you have a dividend that's paying on a zero balance. At quarter end, you do performance reporting at quarter end. You see where this is going? This is a great way to get an infinite rate of return on an investment. Panoramics handles this in performance reporting to a certain degree, but there are conditions where this is just going to exacerbate over time.
Exacerbate.
One solution is to change the date of the dividend payment to match the ACATS date and then recompute performance. Fully recompute performance because in this case, you're going to be changing the inception date of the account. I told you this was going to be a mess. To get the reporting right. However, the solution likely creates a statement mismatch to your custodian, who will have the dividend transaction at the end of the quarter and will therefore have that on your statement. Ergo, you, the advisor out there in podcast land, you need to know and understand that there could always be a difference here.
And
what if you're going to do your billing? Unless you fix this up ahead of time, your quarter end balances for billing will also be torqued. By the way, torque, that means wrong. That's a technical term for wrong. Anyway, you, again, the advisor, you will want to account for this and fix it before you run your final numbers for billing. Also, if the money leaves one account right at the end of the month and doesn't arrive into the next account until the beginning of the next month, your month-end balances will be incorrect.
so, Sheldon, you keep using air quotes around the word solution. Is that because there's a better one available?
Well, of course there is. Do not transfer accounts at the end of the month. It's that simple.
Oh, that's practical. I have a question. Do all dividends pay at the end of the month?
No. But you still have to, the end of month balances that you have to worry about. And that I talked about before. And at the end of the day, just look for possible dividend transactions that might be occurring during the ACAT process and then just fix them. And we're here to help you. We really will, even if you're trading at the end of the month.